Hey everybody, thank you so much for checking out this video. It's your girl LB. Welcome to my channel, Watch With Me LB, where I give you fun, fresh, and funny rants, reviews, and recaps on my favorite movies and TV shows. Happy Mardi Gras, y'all. I just want to be completely transparent with y'all to tell y'all I'm tipsy currently. I just got back in the house and I watched the True episode, what's the name of this show? Wait a minute. I watched True Detective just like this, okay, in my rocking chair. All right, I'm an old Southern lady. I got a rocking chair. Mind your business, okay? So I said, as soon as I finish the episode, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to tell my cousins about it. I wasn't ready. I don't know how I'm going to act because I have hair today, okay? I haven't had hair this long since I was in college, baby. So I can't be held responsible for nothing that come out of my mouth today. So hopefully I don't say nothing out of pocket. I don't know what I'm going to say. So we're going to just explore together. Let's find out what I'm going to say at the same time. Okay, let's get into episode 5 of True Detective Night Country. Yes, I finally got the name of the episode and the show in the order right. That's great. It took 5 episodes. I love when I make progress, y'all. It's great. But the episode opens up and we are getting Navarro at the crematorium. And she has cremated Jules' body and she's picking up the ashes. And so we actually seeing a process, right? She puts the ashes into an urn. Navarro picks it up and the lady says, be careful, it's still hot. And Navarro picks up the ashes like to get like some warmth from it. Like her sister is still there, like providing comfort to her, right? And I was like, oh, it's so sad. It was very sad. Comment down below and let me know if you want to be cremated or buried when you die. I don't mind talking about stuff like that. Like, I don't think it's morbid. I think it's a part of life. Me and my daddy talking about it all the time. I went to go see some plots with him, child, to see where he gonna be buried and ask him about his wishes. Like, that's not morbid to me. I want to be cremated and I want to be put up under a tree that provides like fruit, like a lemon tree or like an orange tree. You know, I told you I like citrus and stuff. The only thing I feel like if they put me under a tree, a hurricane could come take me out and that's gonna piss me off. And then I'm like, well, then what I'm gonna do? We get a scene with Danvers and she's going to see Otis Heist, the guy that we found last episode that was, you know, freebasing, okay? He's now at the lighthouse and he's withdrawing, right? Danvers goes in to talk with him. She wasn't asking the questions like I wanted her to ask the question. How did you get your injuries, right? And so he's like, does it look like I survived? Like I'm alive, but I'm pretty much dead. Like I ain't surviving really. And she didn't push anymore. What did you see? Where did you go? How did you get those specific injuries? Did you feel the need to, you know, jump off a cliff? Like she just didn't push, right? And so I was like annoyed about it. But, you know, I was like, maybe she's just trying to, you know, be considerate of the fact that he's in withdrawals. But then I was like, nah, because Danvers, you know, she's a bitch. The question she was asking that I feel like he could have given her more information on, she didn't press. It was like, if he ain't give it to her right then, she just moved on. And I was like, girl, shape it up. Like, I don't know if it's just because I had a lot to drink tonight, but it was really annoying me. I feel like if I hadn't had a lot to drink, it probably would have annoyed me too. And I'm in a festive mood, y'all, because it's Mardi Gras, so I don't know. He had really like a less than 1 minute scene with Peter Pryor and his wife Kayla, and Kayla brings his, like, he's in the kitchen getting some like fruit peppers or something, I don't know. She brings his bag and is like, you need to like leave, like I don't want you to come back. And Peter's like, well, what's up? And she's like, just I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to say Kayla is a plot device, but at this point she is, right? Because we don't know anything about her, we don't know anything about their relationship, we don't know anything about the child, how long they've been together. You know, all we know about her is that she's indigenous, she goes to school, and she's sick of Peter's shit. We get a scene with Liz and Danvers, and they're on their way to the site that Otis told Liz about. Is that her name? Liz? Yes. Sorry, y'all. I'm not gonna be as sharp, okay? I done had several today, okay? It's Mardi Gras Epic Carnival, okay? Somebody has, you know, covered the entrance to the site with a bunch of like rubble and stuff, like they blew the entrance so nobody could get in there. And Navarro is pissed, okay? But I just want to say that I'm childish, and because, you know, I'm full of libation today, I was giggling down because I can't take you serious marching off when you have like 3 and 4 layers on and you have like a fluffy, when you have like a fluffy layer around your hood, you kind of look like a little, like you're in a lollipop guild. Like she was like, "Arr!" And it was just really funny to me. Now Leah is at the protest. She's with a bunch of, you know, indigenous protesters and activists, and they going to protest the mine. They're sick of it, and they are putting black paint over their mouths, like to say they're being silenced, right? And when I was internet stalking / learning about my old lady Callie Reese, okay, she was talking about the red handprint that you'll see some indigenous folks wearing over their mouths to signify, you know, being silenced, right? And so I'm assuming that was a play on that. But, you know, they go to the mine, and of course it goes haywire, you know, later on. Navarro's out there working the scene, and she sees that Leah's getting beat the hell up by a trooper. Leah went to the protest with her girlfriend Cherry, or Sherry. I don't know if it's Cherry or Sherry. And maybe that girlfriend saw her getting beat up and was like, you on your own, girl. I don't know you like that. And like left her there. And that's what my mama calls a paid lesson. Leah ends up getting arrested for like trespass. Peter Pryor is now unhoused, okay? His wife done put him out, and so he's over there by his daddy's house, and he's walking up the stairs by his daddy's house, and he hears that his daddy is singing this, girl, this song is so just depressing, child. There is no God, there is no love, there is no hallowed ground, a star is gone, just depressed, child. And I'm like, oh, damn. Hank, nah, I ain't want it for you like that. Before he even asked to stay over there, he's like, hey, Dad, what you doing? And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm working on my truck. Fool. First of all, it's nighttime. It's cold outside. And no, you're not. You're lying. Peter is outside his house. He knows that that his dad is lying to him. And Peter, sitting on the steps of the house that he want to go to, says, oh, yeah, I'm about 5 minutes away. So he lying to his daddy, too. Kate McKissick from the mine has Connolly call Danvers and says, we got to have a meeting, baby. Get your ass to this mine because something got to shake. You the police chief and your people outside acting crazy. So you need to come to the mine so we come to agreement about what's going to happen. And so Liz is like, I don't want to go over there. But then Navarro calls and says, girl, guess what? Your daughter is in the back of this paddy wagon. She was cutting up at the police. And Danvers is like, I don't know what to tell you. Bring her ass in. Book him, Dano. That would be my nightmare. Do you understand me? Mama, I need help. Girl, who you gonna call? Like, I'm so sorry you wasted your phone call on me. You gonna have to sit over there, baby, because I ain't got nothing for you. Now, I would die. Peter is there, and he tells Danvers that Kayla put him out. He ain't staying over there, you know, the whole thing. And he also says that, you know, there's a connection between the mine, Tuttle United, which is a name that we heard in season 1 and I believe season 3 of True Detective, and now we're in season 4. The Tuttles, baby, they fucked up. Okay, they fucked up. Stay away from the Tuttles. And it makes me sad because it's kind of like turtles, and you know I love turtles. So there's a connection between Tuttle United and the mine and the research station. Peter has found that, and Danvers is like psyched, right? But though, how the hell is Peter doing all of this? I really don't understand it, baby. Because if you ask me what a standard deduction is right the hell now, I'm not gonna be able to tell you. I need to be able to think about it for a little minute, and then like probably still be wrong when I come up with the answer that I'm gonna give you. Peter was like, yeah, I followed the tax returns for the last 3 years, and the palm oil conglomerate of Tuttle United is a 1.321 gigawatt donation station for the. I'm like, goddamn, Pete. You know how to break into cell phones. You be breaking into computers and shit, but you can't even keep your own password on your laptop together. Okay now. Bad bitch, I'm the bar. Alien superstar. Don't I look like a little alien? I just want to say for people who have hair, how are you living your life? What is your neck about? How is your neck alive? Okay, because hair on my neck, I want to I can't even deal with it. I don't know how you live this kind of life. It's hot. I'm just volunteering information that's not y'all business. But baby, if I had hair, throw me away. Put me in a garbage disposal, baby. I ain't gonna be no more good to you. Hair equals heat to me, okay? I don't know how Blue is doing it. So Liz gets to the mine, and Connolly and McKittrick show Danvers. She shows Danvers footage of when Navarro and her went to the opening of the ice cave. Danvers is like admitting to that. The first thing that hit my mind is, who is that? That could be anybody. How you figure that's me? This is a grainy night video footage in the northernmost tip of Alaska, okay? Just put the tip in, bitch. That's not me. Why did Danvers admit to that? I don't know. You got to get somebody on that, baby. I don't know who that was. I'm about to lie. And I don't appreciate you, Kate McKittrick or McKissick or whatever your name is, questioning me. I'm the chief of police. You don't ask me no questions. I ask you the question, okay? And I'm not fussing at you, cousins. I'm fussing at the imaginary characters on the show because don't come at me like that. It's Mardi Gras. Don't come at me like that, girl. You're a civiliano. You don't have nothing to do with this. This is classified information. Do you have your security clearance? Because I'm not about to talk about this with you. Girl, Danvers was just spilling. And the fact that she had on a silk shirt was pissing me off. It was really making me mad, okay? Because, girl, it's 2 degrees outside. Where are you going with your chest and your clavicle all out and your décolletage in a silk shirt? Girl, get out of here and put a damn beaver coat on. Connolly said, and speaking of the whole, murders of the Salao scientists, you don't even need to worry about it. It wasn't a murder. Girl, it was a snap avalanche. I was like, all right. I'm not an avalanche aficionado, okay? But I feel confident in saying that an avalanche is not going to cause you to get naked, take time to fold your clothes up, put your boots on top of your clothes, and then run off into the wilderness and then pose for a petrified, I'm scared pose while you die in the nude. I'm a lay avalanche person. I don't know. Maybe so, okay? Maybe the Snow Cousins could tell me. Snow Cousins, is that what happened in the avalanche? It's not. You don't even need to waste your time. Remember that movie that the family was sitting on a little balcony and they was eating breakfast, and then the avalanche came and the daddy was like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. And the mama was like, we need to get up out of here. And the daddy was like, no, just keep eating your pancakes, girl, we all right. And then the avalanche came and then he left his family on the damn balcony to get swallowed up by the snow. I don't even know what movie was that from, cousins. Comment down below and tell me what that was from. Connolly says, listen, you gotta relax, okay? You gonna blow it for me and you gonna blow it for yourself, because guess what? I know you and Navarro went to that Wheeler house and y'all popped that man in his head because it wasn't no suicide. One of y'all did it, didn't you? Yeah, see? So now sketchy ass Kate McKissick and Hank is meeting by the pale moonlight somewhere, child. I don't know where they was at. Wherever shifty people meet in Ennis, that's where they were. Hank gets in the car and he's like, yeah, so what can I do you for? And so Kate is like, listen, Danvers is looking for the murder, the Annie Kaltak murder location. She done found the engineer that could take her to the location, which is in the cave. You gonna have to get rid of this man. And Hank is like, I'm a lot of things, bitch, but I'm not a killer. I'm not gonna kill this man. She's like, hey, who said that? Who said that? I didn't say nothing about killing him. He kind of started on himself. All you really got to do is help him finish the job. You get rid of Otis, we gonna make sure you get the job. Okay, now I don't know if that means that they gonna fire Danvers or they gonna fire Danvers. I'm not sure, okay? Either way, they gonna get a job to him. Now we get a quick scene with my old lady Navarro, who's doing laundry at the laundromat, and she's getting her clothes out the washer and she sees like some hair in the washer, and she start pulling on it like it's like a person was in there. And I was fully prepared for a goblin to pop out that washing machine and point at Navarro in her face, but it didn't happen. So I don't know if that was Annie K's hair that she was seeing in the washer, or if that was her mama's hair. We know it wasn't her sister's hair because her sister's hair was blue. Was it somebody else? Did Navarro kill somebody else that we hadn't even been introduced to? Because I'm gonna talk about all the loose ends that they got to tie up in next episode in just a minute, because I have a literal list of things that they have not given me answers to, and I don't like that, and I'm gonna just make it known. I'm gonna make it plain. While she's washing clothes and finding goblins in the washing machine, Kavik comes up with another man and he gives her the rock. You know, the rock that had the little swizzle stick. The swizzle stick. Lord, I've been drinking a little too much because that is a bar with the spiral on it. And so the guy's like, yeah, when my grandpa told us when we were little, if we saw this sign, we needed to walk away and go back the other way because it was a symbol or like a sign for hunters that the ice, wherever they saw that spiral, the ice was thin. And it was like a cave up under there. You could like fall into, you know, the ice. And so that when he was a kid, him and his little badass friends would break the ice and go into the caves. And his grandmother called those caves the night country, okay? When he's telling this story, homegirl from episode 1 and episode 2, I believe, walks into the laundromat and they purposely focus on her. And I'm like, well, who is this? Like, what is the deal with her? Because do you know something? If you don't, stay up out of here. We don't have time for you to be introducing nothing else to us, you know, fresh on the scene in episode 6. I don't like that. I don't like it. You get a scene where Navarro comes in and is like, listen, you gotta listen to what they just told me. the night country is these caves, and like we get to the highest point of the cave system and we crack down in there, we could get into the thing and we don't have to go to the entrance. We could just get in there how we fit in there. And of course, Danvers has had this meeting with Connolly and McKissick where she's been told to lay off, right? To not investigate. And so she tells that to Navarro. She's like, you gotta let it go. It's over. Connolly taking the case from us. Then we get another quick scene with Petey Pryor and his daddy Hank, and Peter is in the evidence room making copies, and Hank comes in there and is like, man, I haven't told you I'd be thinking about the time when you fell through the ice when you was little. And Peter was looking like, what the hell? And Peter was little, he was skating on the ice and he fell through the ice and the current like took him like under the ice, and so his daddy had to go downstream, I guess, and like try to crack into the ice and pull him out. And he was like, all I remember is thinking like, when you were in the ambulance, I gotta keep you awake, you can't go to sleep. Him reminiscing on this time that was like really meaningful or really, I guess, maybe special to him. But I remember the time you almost died, boy. I be thinking about that all the time. What? So now we get a quick scene with Navarro and Rose, and they are in the tundra someplace, and Rose is breaking into the ice so Navarro can bury Jules's ashes in the water, because that's what she wanted to be. Navarro does what she does, and then of course some goblin or ghoul or ghost somewhere is like, Evangeline. Who that is though? Because whoever it is, Evangeline Navarro was like, let me come see who that is. And so she starts walking the fuck off into the wilderness. And I'm like, girl, we don't have time for this. Because we still don't know why your eardrums was bleeding from last episode. They didn't make no mention of it. How you just gonna have a whole poltergeist disturbance in a damn underwater cave or something, wherever they was, in the trenches or the dredges or wherever, and then you don't say nothing about it in the next episode? Girl, are you deaf or what? So Navarro starts walking off into the wilderness and the ice cracks and she lays down. So I was like, what the hell? Why she? And I get it. I was like, okay, that's science. That's science. Okay, she distributing her weight. And so Rose comes over there and like throws something to her and like pulls her back. That's why you don't go over there in the first place, Evangeline. Liz goes back to the department. She goes to the like police department headquarters or whatever. And she goes into the evidence locker to get some heroin, right? Because she's about to be like, listen, I'm gonna get you straight, but you're gonna have to show me where this stuff is happening at. Comes out of the evidence locker, Hank, old skeezy ass, is there, right? And so she pulls Peter Pryor into the office and is like, who did you tell about Wheeler? Like, I ain't tell nobody. Do you have a password on your laptop? And he was like, yeah, I got it on that. She was like, let me guess, it's Darwin's birthday. It's something easy, right? And so because Hank knew that, Hank went into his computer to find out, what he was working on with Wheeler. Liz is pissed at Pete because Pete didn't have, the wherewithal to put a good ass strong password on his laptop. So this is the tea. Okay, Wheeler is left-handed, all right? And all of the things, all of the evidence, all of the gunshot wounds, all of the everything that was associated with the Wheeler murder-suicide had him being right-handed. So he clocked that was an inconsistency and realized that Liz or Navarro flipped the picture. And so he figured that out, that he didn't actually, commit suicide. Danvers gave Peter the key to the shed in her backyard because he can't stay by his daddy's house and he can't stay by Kayla's house. My boy don't have nowhere to go. It's a storm up room. The shed has no insulation whatsoever. He might as well just go ahead and stay in his car. That is important because he needs to be at Danvers' house for what's about to happen in the last 5 minutes of this episode. Danvers called Navarro and was like, bitch, get up, put your pants on. Like, get to my house ASAP. It's been dark outside for like 933 days consecutive, okay? Then it's a storm of brewing. So Navarro is driving to Liz's house. And for some reason, they got a mother and a tiny baby and a baby Bjorn carrier on her chest and a little boy walking down the street in the blizzard. Yes, bitch, I know that it could very well be 12:30 in the afternoon. I don't never know what time it is on this show. So the little boy was outside walking and, he was holding his mama's hand and Navarro, stopped to let them cross the street. And of course, the little boy pointed his finger at Navarro. Bitch, if you don't tell me why people pointing at Navarro, I'm gonna start pointing at you, HBO. Because why everybody pointing at her? You're supposed to start answering the questions and taking away my questions, comments, concerns, and queries. But you're giving me more. Because why that little boy in a blizzard in the middle of the street, improperly dressed, pointing at Navarro? Liz is at her house in the kitchen. Her service weapon is on the countertop. She gets a knock at the door We all thinking it's Navarro. Nah, son, it's Hank. Hank comes in and is like, yeah, girl, I just wanted to tell you, kindly told me to take the man in, to take Otis in because he got an outstanding warrant. She was like, oh, so how did you know Otis was here? And Hank was like, oh, bet. I just was, hoping you was going to point me in the direction of the Otis. But the Otis is here, so I can take the Otis and go. Danvers is like, nah, something is sketchy. Let me go ahead and call Connolly. And she reaches for her phone, which is also on the counter next to her service weapon. So as soon as she reaches for it, Hank snatches the gun off of the counter, takes it out of the holster, and has it in his hand. That's I'm sure that's against somebody's amendment somewhere. That's not good, because what you on edge like that for, sir? Poor old Otis come out the bathroom and he's like, well, what's going on? Otis came out just as unsuspecting as he wanted to be and got himself popped in his chest, okay? Hank shot him in the chest and he was very upset, telling Liz about how, she turned his son against him, and, because Liz was trying to convince him, like, hey, you ain't do nothing we can't take back, boy. I ain't never even seen you. Hank, who is that? Who is that? I don't even know nobody by the name of Hank. Then he double backdoored that and popped him in the head one time. Of course, Peter Pryor is in the shed. Peter Pryor heard the pow pow, okay? So Peter Pryor come out and is like, what the hell is going on? Now, when you learn to shoot a gun, when you take a concealed carry class, they harp about not putting your finger on the trigger unless you're ready to pull that bitch. So you put your trigger finger on the side of the gun, like if you're not ready to immediately shoot. And that is exactly what Peter came in there with. And he was just trying to do some sleuthing, okay? That baby was trying to figure out what was going on. Liz is saying, like, don't, Peter, don't. Think about it. He got his gun pointed at his daddy, because obviously his daddy is holding a gun and he shot this man in his doorway. Hank is like, listen, son, you got to help me. We got to move his body out of here. We got to get him out of here. And Liz is like, hey, don't do that, daddy. Come on, son. I need you, boy. Liz, don't do it. And they're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Says, well, you should know, I didn't kill Annie Kate. I just moved her body. Y'all need to know that. And he looked very hurt, I guess, when Peter kept that gun on him. And he was like, you need to know that blood is blood. And he went to slowly raise his gun again to Danvers. And Peter pops his daddy in the noggin. I was like, oh no. Peter. Peter didn't strike me as the type to be bout it like that. Danvers got 2 dead bodies in her foyer. That foyer ain't seen that much action in all that foyer days. And after the shock wall, I was like, what if that damn mail order bride had just missed her flight and she just had no cell service and she couldn't get a SIM card in America and she pull up and not Hank dead? I was like, what if that lady was real? Now, why would I think that that man dead and his little, the man soul ain't left his body yet? And I'm thinking about, see, these fictional characters, I just be doing them dirty. I swear I do. Evangeline gets to the doorway and sees 2 dead bodies in the foyer. A girl like me, my name is Paul, bitch, and that's between y'all. I'm not about to deal with this. My name is Bennett, and I ain't in it. Y'all handle that shit on your own. I'm not dealing with this. I don't know what y'all got going on. Not Navarro. Not Navarro. Navarro was like, listen, this is what we gonna do. Navarro was like, Hank was never here. Okay, well, this what happened. He came to get Otis. He got Otis, but on the way, wherever he was going, he shot him and then got into an accident. We ain't never gonna find his bodies because the storm coming. We got to get the storm. It's gonna cover our tracks. We ain't never gonna do da. And Navarro ain't got some paper towels, babe. I was like, listen, you got 2 dead bodies in the foyer. I don't know what a hefty, quicker pickup is gonna do for you. What is happening? Like, how the hell she come up with this plan so quick? Peter is like, don't worry about it. I'll get rid of my daddy dead body. Y'all go ahead and do what y'all gotta do. She can't go in the caves by herself. Danvers, you gotta go with her. That's the only solution. Y'all gotta go. I'm clean. It is what it is. Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me everybody in this show is a psychopath? Oh, okay, cool. Like, what are we even talking about? He had just shot his daddy in the whole medulla oblongata. And he just like, yeah, I'm gonna handle it. Y'all go do what y'all need to do. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna see y'all when y'all get back. Aura was like, go to Rose, tell Rose to bring these bodies where Jules is. Rose is a real one. Do you understand? Like, she's a real person and a real one. She know how to skin wolves. She got all the good weed. She cooked and she, made pies and cakes and stuff. Tell you all about when she was a professor. She talked to ghosts. She know how to crack ice and save people from dying on the ice. And she know how to get rid of bodies in the frozen tundra. This bitch is a jack of all trades. I tell you what, Rose, your resume outside of academia is quite impressive, okay? So then Navarro and Liz drive off in a snowstorm to an abandoned ice cave in the middle of the frozen tundra. No, that was the end of the episode. Okay, so here's the rub. Okay, here's the issue. Here's my issue. Thoroughly enjoying the show. Have found a very, fulfilling relationship with Callie Reese. I feel like we would do great together. I am very heterosexual, but when I see her face, bitch, maybe I'm not. I don't know. I'm just saying. Sexuality is fluid. Get up off my back. What happened to Navarro and Jules' mama? Did Navarro kill the mama? Why the lady was hollering and sweating and screaming? And how did that cross get in Navarro's unit? How did Liz's husband and son die? Okay, when did they die? Why are we only focusing on the little boy and not the husband? Was the husband not shit? I don't know. We don't really seem to give a shit about the husband. Who throwing them oranges like that? Is Navarro seeing these things? Is she hearing these things? Why does Navarro have 72 different nicknames? Like, was Travis Cole just there to give us a liturgical dance and show us where the bodies was at? How he know where the bodies was at? Where's Raymond Clark at? Is the man dead or alive? Was it the ice spikes that... Lord, I said ice spikes and then thought, oh my God, did I say ice spice? But I didn't. So now I'm talking about it and I don't even need to talk about it. Let me get up out of here. Did they kick the Annie K with ice cleats or ice shoes? And that's what the star-shaped things are? Who is calling Evangeline name like that? Who the hell was that in that washing machine? Nah? I'm just saying, if you giving me a limited series, baby, you gotta time it right. The timing is not timing the way the time should be timing. I don't want to get it twisted. I thought the episode was great, but I just don't have no answer to my questions, and I don't like that. Did Navarro do it or not? All right. Why does Peter know how to crack iPhone? Like, how you know how to do that, sir? And then you just kill your daddy, and then you like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. I'll be here when y'all get back. It'll be clean. How you even know how to get rid of bodily fluids, sir? You ain't gonna get rid of that with Fabuloso? I don't know. Comment down below and let me know what y'all thought of this episode, y'all. I'm about to take this hot ass wig off. I'm going to get in the shower and sober up, okay? Because I got some more Mardi Gras stuff to do tomorrow after work, okay? So I'm gonna talk to y'all later. Y'all have a wonderful day. Happy Mardi Gras. We almost there. We almost made it. We'll see y'all next week. Bye.